100 days hunted by a mob that can't die. Day 1, I spawned into the world like any other hardcore survival challenge. Punching wood, crafting tools, looking for shelter before nightfall. But something felt wrong. The seed was called Eternal 001. I didn't type that. I never set a seed. There was no bonus chest, no villages nearby, just empty plains, too empty. No animals, no passive mobs, just silence. Even the ambient Minecraft music refused to play. At sunset, I saw the first glitch. The sun froze mid-animation for 2 seconds, then jerked downward like a frame skipped. It landed faster than normal. The night came violently. That's when I saw it. In the distance, near the tree line. A figure. Still. Watching. Day 2. I crafted a sword and a shield. Made a dirt hut. I thought maybe it was an Enderman. But Endermen don't move like that. It didn't teleport. It walked. Slow. Like it knew where I was but didn't care about getting there fast. At one point, I tried to run toward it. It vanished behind a tree. When I got there, nothing. But where it had been standing, the ground was dug out 1 block deep, like someone had just placed and broken a grave. And in the center of it, a name tag, floating, blank. Day 3. I started keeping a journal. Not in-game, real life. I had to know I wasn't imagining this. The mobs still weren't spawning. No zombies, no skeletons, no creepers. Just him. He appeared again that night. Same spot. This time he was closer. Closer than he should have been. I watched him from my 2nd-story window. I zoomed in with Optifine. His texture was broken, flickering every few seconds. His arms weren't straight like Steve. They twitched, shifted. I took a screenshot, but when I checked the file, the image was corrupted, green static, no figure, just the word "still hunting" in the corner. I didn't put that there. Day 4, I left my house, started traveling, south, fast. No time to mine, no time to craft, just run. Every time I looked back, he was closer. At one point, I built a cobblestone tower, sat at the top, waited. Night came. I turned my render distance to max. Nothing. Until I blinked. Then he was halfway up the tower, not climbing, just closer. I jumped off, nearly died, ate all my food, spent the night underground. I didn't sleep, but I heard something. Not footsteps, typing. Like someone was writing in my journal from inside the game. Day 5, I tried to quit. Logged out. The screen didn't close. It glitched. And then this message popped up. You can leave, but he doesn't stop hunting. I force closed Minecraft, but the launcher wouldn't close. It said I was still in-game. And my username? It had changed from player 1 to target 05. He never spawns. He never despawns. He remembers where I go. He doesn't make noise. He learns. I've seen his skin change slightly each day. Day 1, blank face. Day 2, black eyes. Day 3, my eyes. Day 4, my skin. Day 5, my hotbar. There's something else. When I checked my real-world screenshots folder this morning, there was a new one, dated today. But I never launched Minecraft. It's of my character, asleep in a bed. But my base doesn't have a bed, and I wasn't online. The file name? Day 06, prepare.png. Update 1. It spoke in chat day 6. I spawned in, standing in the same spot I logged out. But something had changed. The trees were gone. Not burned, not chopped, just removed. Like the chunks had been erased. I turned to my journal, yes, still writing in real life, and wrote, mob still tracking. No visual today, may have glitched. That's when I heard it, the Minecraft chat ping. But I was in single player. I opened chat. Unknown entity. Run. No brackets, no rank, no name. Just 2 words. My heart dropped. Before I could even type, I heard footsteps. In-game. They weren't mine. I turned around and saw him. Fully rendered now. His skin was a perfect clone of me. Except the eyes were just voids. Like the texture file was missing. He raised his hand. Not to hit. Just to point. I ran. Day 7. Running helped, for a while. I crossed 1,000 blocks, made a boat, sailed for miles, no sign of him, until I placed my first torch. When it hit the ground, the torch flickered and turned into a skull, just for a frame, then back to a torch. but I saw it. Minecraft doesn't do that. I broke it and ran again. Day 8 I stayed underground. Built a 2x1 cobblestone tunnel and sealed both ends. No entrance, no exit, no line of sight. Safe, right? Wrong. At 3:19 a.m., yes, real time, I heard gravel falling from behind the wall. I broke a single block. Behind it, a book and quill on a lectern. I opened it. Only one line was written. Stop hiding. I can smell you. I didn't write that. No one should be able to place books in single player without commands. Day 9. He started breaking blocks. I tested it. I left cobblestone in a checkerboard pattern around my house. Logged off. When I came back, 12 of the blocks were missing. Exactly where I walked the day before. I placed a command block and typed /kill at E-type equals unknown entity, just in case. It didn't work, but I got a new chat message. Unknown entity. Nice try. Day 9 is my favorite. I don't know what that means. Day 10, he left a chest outside my new base. Inside were all the tools I crafted on day 1. Perfect durability. All named. Run. Faster. He's close. You can't fight. The sword was named Day 10. When I hovered over it, the tooltip said, First warning. Day 11 to 12. No visuals, but the world started glitching. The grass turned grey in patches, like the biome was changing mid-game. My character's shadow started rendering wrong, longer, sharper. Even in pitch black, it followed me. It wasn't my shadow. Day 13, chat pinged again. Unknown entity. Day 13. You stood still for 11 seconds. I was 6 blocks behind you. I checked the logs. I had paused to eat a baked potato. He was right. Day 14. I tried to log in on LAN with a second device to trap the mob, or at least see if it shows up in the player list. But the second screen didn't load terrain, just blackness and a single line of text. You brought someone else in? Then it crashed. The log showed an IP connection from my own public IP, but I didn't start a server. Day 15, I gave up running. I built a tower 100 blocks tall, lit it with glowstone, and sat on the top. Waited for night. He didn't appear, until I typed in chat, Me. What do you want? He replied instantly. Unknown entity. A finale. Then he teleported, right in front of me. No sound, no animation. I logged out. The launcher didn't close. Instead, the title bar changed. Day 16 prepared. And then I got an email from a fake address. Subject line, run. No message, just a file attached. Day 16 spawned .mimicked structure. I didn't open it, yet. Update 2. I went mining and found a castle from Hell Day 16. I gave up on the surface. If this thing was hunting me, maybe I could outpace it underground. Strip mine, isolate myself. No sunlight, no visibility, just stone and silence. I dug a spiral staircase straight to Y level -50. No caves, no lava lakes, just me and stone pickaxes. I even kept torches in my offhand. No darkness allowed. Everything felt normal for the first time in days, until I hit obsidian. Not in a patch, not near lava. It was in the shape of a wall. Day 17. I dug around it, 20 blocks in each direction. The obsidian kept going. Perfect, flat, deliberate. I wasn't in a cave. I was in a structure. At first, I thought it was a stronghold. Then I saw the brick, polished blackstone bricks, nether blocks. But I wasn't in the nether. I checked my F3 screen 10 times. Overworld, Y, -53. He had built something here. Day 18, I broke through. Behind the wall was a hallway, long, too long, lined with nether brick fences, soul fire torches, ancient debris on display like paintings. At the end was a door made of crimson wood, flickering like it was being re-rendered every second. The sign above it didn't say exit. It said, this is his home. Day 19, I walked in. Inside was a castle, underground, hidden beneath the world, floating on a bedrock void. It wasn't loaded in chunks. It was fully rendered all at once. Dozens of towers, lava waterfalls, crying obsidian chandeliers, banners made from player heads. My head, no mobs, no sounds, until I stepped forward. Then I heard footsteps above me. Click, click, click. But the staircases were empty. Day 20, I explored a side room. Found a massive obsidian table shaped like a cross. Each arm labelled with a sign. Day 50. Mirror. He never logged out. There were 4 chairs. 3 were empty. 1 had a skeleton sitting in it. When I approached, its name tag flickered. Target 004. I'm target 005. Day 21. Found a library. Dozens of enchanted books. Every single one named after something I've built in Minecraft over the years. The Treehouse, 2014. Barnaby's Grave, the Pink Bedroom. These weren't just names. These were memories. Builds I made years ago. In one chest was a book and quill. Inside, you forget. But he remembers. That's how he builds. Day 22. I tried to destroy the castle. TNT, flint and steel, even fill air. Nothing worked. Blocks would disappear, then reappear. Every 30 seconds, the message popped up. This world is not yours. Then the chat pinged. Unknown entity. You found my heart, but not my end. Then everything around me shifted. The walls blurred. The torches went out. The coordinates changed without me moving. I wasn't in the same space anymore. Day 23. The game crashed overnight. When I reopened it, the world name had changed from Eternal 001 to Castle 30%. He's tracking my progress. My loading screen showed a weird tooltip. The deeper you go, the more of him you carry. Days 24 to 26. I mapped the layout. 4 towers, 1 throne room, 1 portal chamber, 1 library, 1 jail. The jail had something inside. A skin. Stampy. But his face was wrong. Eyes hollowed out, mouth stitched with command block particles. When I approached, he turned and whispered, "Run while you still can. I'm already in your system." I left, logged out. When I returned, that room was gone. Day 27. The mob found me again. I was in the armory of the castle. Turned around. There he was. His skin wasn't mine anymore. It was blended. Half me, half the skeleton from the dining room. Eyes glowing redstone. He didn't attack. He just opened chat. Unknown entity. Day 30 will hurt, then vanished. Day 28 to 29. I stayed in the castle. Barricaded 1 tower. Tried to enchant. Tried to plan. But the castle kept changing. Doors would move. Walls would shift. Signs would flicker. I woke up in a bed and found a message written in particles above it. Build your own coffin. Day 30. I reached the throne room. It was made of bedrock, fully unbreakable. But at the center was a chest. I opened it. Inside was a single item. My heart. Not a Minecraft heart. A custom model. Textured. Beating. Tagged as player memory core. When I hovered, it said, "Respawn disabled." Then the mob appeared. He stood on the throne, towering, and the world froze. He typed, "Unknown entity. The first third is over. You've seen what I've built. Unknown entity. Now I'll show you what I've taken." The screen cut to black. Then my Minecraft crashed. My desktop background was changed. It was a screenshot of me, standing in the throne room. But I never took it, and I wasn't facing the camera. I was facing him. Update 3. I escaped the castle. But he let me day. 31, I spawned in mid-sprint. No loading screen, no bed, just darkness and panic. I was underground, deep underground, and everything was caving in behind me. Gravel, soul sand, ancient debris, all collapsing like the game was running a /fill command on my coordinates. The castle from hell was collapsing itself, or worse, chasing me. Blocks behind me vanished, regenerated as walls. I sprinted through 1-tile gaps, torches flashing like strobe lights, and through all of it, I could hear one sound. Laughter. Not a Minecraft sound. Real. Filtered through static and distortion. Echoing from nowhere. Day 32, I made it out. Dug upward through stone for what felt like hours. When I finally broke to the surface, it was raining. But the world was different. The grass was dull. The sky didn't shift. The clouds moved backwards. Still, I was alive. No sign of him. I ran. 2,000 blocks. No direction. Just away. I made a vow. If he was going to hunt me, I'd make sure I had something worth defending. Day 33 to 35. Rebuild. I picked a wide mountain valley with rivers on both sides. Started from scratch. Stone brick perimeter. Reinforced corners. Underground. Redstone vault. 4-layer thick walls. No windows. No mirrors. Built a watchtower first. Then a wheat farm. Then I dug into the ground and made a double piston door system. hidden, secure. I built fast, never stopped moving. Day 36 to 39, automation. I created an iron golem perimeter, set up a redstone-powered sugarcane farm, auto smelters, a crop sorter. I built something I'd never had before in Minecraft, peace. And then I added a name to my world, not Eternal 001, not Target 005. I renamed it Safe Base. I almost believed it. Day 40 to 42, defense. I designed a vault room beneath the castle floor. Inside, obsidian bunker, ender chest, backup gear, and a kill switch. A real one, /kill at E-type equals unknown entity wired to a command block. I knew it wouldn't work, but it made me feel better. I even added paintings to the wall. My first time decorating anything since day one. Then I noticed it. A new painting. I didn't place it. It was of me, building, from the treetops. He was watching me the whole time. Day 43 to 45. Fortify built lava moats, traps, alarm systems with tripwires and note blocks. Used daylight sensors to simulate motion detection. I was obsessed. Even built fake villages to bait him into revealing himself. He never came. But at night, sometimes I'd hear music. Not cat, not stool. It was record 11, but reversed. Playing softly, from under the floorboards. Day 46. The chat pinged again. Unknown entity. Nice castle. Did you name it yet? Unknown entity. I would have called it grave. Then a system message appeared. Structure save detected. Base 05 castle complete .mimicked structure. He downloaded it. He saved my base. Why? Day 47. I logged into spectator mode. Flew far, far away from the base. Render distance maxed. On a frozen lake, I found a structure. A replica of my castle, block for block. But it was wrong. The windows were crying obsidian. The banners were made of skin. The moat was filled with XP orbs that didn't despawn. And standing on the tallest tower, him. He was wearing my armor. The name above his head, Target 006. Day 48 to 49. I prepared for war, built more traps, set up beacon buffs, filled chests with golden apples, arrows, spare gear. But it felt hollow, because now I knew something. He let me build this. He wanted to see what I'd make, just so he could twist it later. I was a player, sure, but he was the world. Day 50. I stood on top of my castle, watching the sunrise. First time I'd seen it in 20 days. No sign of him, just silence. Until I heard a knock. In-game. Not a sound. An actual knock. On my vault door. I opened it. He wasn't inside, but he left something on the floor. A sign. This is yours, for now. And under the sign, a bed. Named, respawn point, false, update 4. She joined my world. But I don't know if she's real, day 51. Her name was Emberlight47. She joined while I was smelting stone. No invite, no whitelist, no LAN. The chat just said, Emberlight47 has joined the game. At first I thought it was him, disguising himself. But when I messaged her, she responded. Fast, normal, like a real person. Me. Who are you? Emberlight47. I thought this was an open server. Sorry. There was no voice, just text. But something about the way she typed felt human. Not like an AI. Not like him. Day 52, she built a tiny spruce cabin on a nearby hill. Just outside my castle walls, still visible, but far enough to feel like her own space. She said she liked the vibe of my builds. No one said that to me since day 0. She helped me harvest crops, repaired some of the piston circuits in my auto farm, added bees to the flower garden I never finished. I didn't ask for help. She just wanted to. Day 53, I asked her to VC. She said she didn't have a mic. But the weird thing? Her ping was perfect, even when the server lagged, even when I was DDoS level freezing for seconds. She never dropped a tick. And when I checked the logs, there was no IP, just local host. Day 54 to 56, we played like old friends, built a new wall together. She added mossy bricks and flower pots, stuff I never would have thought of. We shared food, fought mob. For a moment, I felt like this wasn't just a cursed world anymore. I started journaling less, smiling more. She named my horse Ghostberry. I didn't even have a horse before. She just found it. Day 57, I asked her where she was from. She dodged it. Emberlight 47. Do you want me to stay? Me. Yeah. Emberlight 47. Then let's just play. Something about that felt heavy. Day 58. I was AFK in my vault, sorting items. When I came back, there was a new sign on the wall. She's not yours. Underneath it, my beacon was gone. Exploded. Day 59. Half my crop farm was on fire. Someone had dropped lava from the sky, but no griefing logs, no blocks placed, just destroyed. And then the message. Unknown entity. This means war. Day 60. I ran to her cabin, still intact. She came outside, sword drawn, scared, shaking, or pretending to be. I asked her if she saw him. She just typed, Emberlight 47. You trust me, right? I hesitated, then typed, me. I want to. She didn't respond. Days 61 to 63. We rebuilt, together. But now, I noticed small things. Her skin would flicker for one frame at spawn. Her pathing was always too perfect. Her house never changed. Her hunger bar never dropped. She never used /MSG, only public chat. Was she real? Or was he giving me something to lose? Day 64, I checked my world folder. There was a new player data file, emberlight47.dat. Inside, readable JSON. No UUID, no inventory, no location data. Just one tag, attached to target 005. Day 65, I confronted her. Me. Did he create you? Long pause. Then, Emberlight 47. Would it matter if I stayed anyway? Day 66 to 70. The siege begins. She warned me he was building something, far off, past the dark oak forest. She said she saw crimson banners in the treetops. By day 68, the sky had changed. Blood-red clouds, lightning that never struck. Even during day, it looked like dusk. The server log started outputting errors like entity, merge, target 05 proximity breach at chunk 438:120. On day 70, the siege started. Skeletons with diamond axes, pillagers riding spiders, ghasts in the overworld. But it wasn't natural. They weren't moving on their own. They were pathing directly to Ember's cabin. Day 71. She was injured. Game logic said she was at half a heart. I offered her a golden apple. She refused. Emberlight 47. I can't eat it. Day 72 to 74, I evacuated her to my vault. Gave her armor. Named it Trust. Every night, I'd see mobs lining the hills around the base, but they never came closer than 50 blocks, like they were waiting for something. Day 75, he appeared. Not like before. Physically, in the courtyard, wearing my skin again. His eyes were redstone dust particles, constantly falling. He typed, unknown entity. You built a world. Unknown entity. You let someone in. Unknown entity. Let's see what breaks first. Then lightning struck the castle. All my crops wilted instantly. And Ember, she logged off. Not quit, not disconnected, just gone. And the chat said, Emberlight 47 has been unlinked. Final update. She wasn't real. But she chose to be day 76. I hadn't slept in-game in over 40 days. The beds didn't work. Not for me. Not for Ember. She hadn't come back since she was unlinked. But today, she logged in. Emberlight 47 has joined the game. She spawned in front of the castle gates. No armor, just a leather tunic. Eyes still the same. I typed, me. Why are you here? She responded, Emberlight 47. He created me, but I chose to stay. Then she added, Emberlight 47. You're not meant to beat him alone. Let's do this together. Day 77 to 80. The march. We made our way back through the dead forest, through ash-covered rivers and burning skies, back to the mine entrance, the one I ran from on day 31. It hadn't collapsed. It had grown, now surrounded by obsidian pillars, banners hanging from the trees, chiseled redstone text written across the ground. Last login. Ember placed a single torch. I placed the first sign. We came back together. Then we walked in. Day 81 to 90. The battle for the castle. It was a war zone. He had built an army of corrupted mobs, creepers that screamed, wither skeletons in iron golem skins, endermen wearing old player heads, and in the throne room, him, the mob, no longer just a broken skin, Now a massive creature of command blocks, player fragments, and flickering armor. He had become the world. Unknown entity. You brought her back. I never gave her that power. Unknown entity. Do you think that makes her real? He struck first. Days 91 to 94. Loss. We fought together. Potion loops, bow traps, lava funnels. Ember was incredible. She moved like a human, thought like one. She kept him distracted while I worked my way to the beacon core. But on day 94, he turned, targeted her, and she didn't dodge. He hit her with a charged trident. Lightning split the room. The screen shook. Her name glitched in chat, then vanished. Emberlight 47 has died. No death message. No items dropped. Just gone. Day 95 to 97. Grief, I didn't run. I let him hit me, over and over. But my hearts wouldn't drop below 1. He wanted me alive, so I could feel it, so I could lose her again. That's when I screamed, for real. I ripped through my chest inventory, pulled out a single golden apple she gave me on day 60. I named it Promise. I ate it. Then I lunged at him with my last sword, Trust. Day 98, the kill. The fight was brutal. Blocks broke, lava fell. My health pulsed on the edge. But with every strike, he glitched harder. His form twisted. Chat spammed with, Error. Target 005 has breached system integrity. Error. Override denied. And finally, unknown entity. This world dies with me. I whispered back, me. Then I'll rebuild it. And I struck. He exploded in redstone light and silence. No XP, no message. Just peace. Day 99. The castle turned to stone. The mobs stopped spawning. The skies turned blue again. I stood in the center of the throne room, alone, and I placed one last command block. Inside it, /summon Emberlight, 47 tilde till to N, custom name, Ember. It failed, 3 times, but on the 4th, she appeared, eyes closed, standing still. Then she opened them and typed, Emberlight 47. Is it over? I cried. Day 100, rebirth. We left the castle ruins together. We returned to my valley, now empty, but free. Together, we rebuilt. Greenhouses, cherry blossom paths, windmills, a library with books written by both of us. We renamed the world, Second Chance, and placed a sign by the spawn point. This world was hunted, broken, and burned, but it still remembered how to grow.